Hello, good afternoon, guys. I'm Inan Sisa, aka Social. I'm at the Computer Village today, still on our regular business interviews. We're having a view on what has happened during the COVID 19 pandemic and also post COVID 19 view. And today we'll be having an exclusive interview with one of the high profile delegates at CAPDAN, the Computer Association, who are in charge of the Computers Village. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Sir, it's a pleasure to have you today.
It's my pleasure to having you.
Please kindly introduce yourself briefly.
My name is Ademola Olaifa. I'm the public relation officer for Computers and Allied Product Dealers Association, the management body for Computer Village Ikeja.
Sir, how has business been in general?
Uh, well, for this year, the business have been very, very on the low side. Everyone know what is happening, all around the world as regard the pandemic. Really, it directly affected our business because this thing started highly in February. When we are hearing about the pandemic, never knew it to get to us. And our business is an international business. We bring in most of our products from outside the country, and most of the product that we've already paid for since last year that's supposed to get into the country were not received on time. So we only did with only the few one we have at hand during the lockdown. That's exactly what happened. And the few one we have, you know it has to add more price on them because there's no importation. There's no way we can get the foreign exchange to get another purchase. It's really affected us.
All right. During this period of COVID-19, we know business are partially given the time to open, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So, what has been the precautionary measures the association has put in place for the market?
Yeah, for the market, we open only Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And for the pandemic, because Computer Village, we have an influx of about 250,000 per day, people that are coming in and going out, and it's a high risk area. So when we got the information of this pandemic, when we were about to resume, so there are a lot of measures that we put in place. We call on all our stakeholders to make sure that they get this temperature, thing into their offices,
Sanitizers.
sanitizers, understand, and try to screen anybody right from the gate. And there was an enforcement of no mask, no entry into the market because everywhere is jam packed. And for these 3 days that we are opening, it increased the number of influx that comes into the village every day. So everybody is being careful, understand, of the pandemic. So we give God the glory, on everything that we didn't have any casualty, throughout the period until the lockdown is gradually easing up. So, no casualty, no problem in Computer Village.
Well, that's good. We know the year is fast rounding up. Is there any post COVID-19 plan that the association is having?
Of course, as a computer, dealers, we have a lot of plans. Unfortunately, the government is not helping matters because at the ease of the lockdown, we are now hearing a lot of, the dollars has added money. Understand? And this is an international business. We buy, our cash directly. Understand? Government is not giving us any rebates. Understand? We buy from black market. That is unprecedented. That to get the amount of dollars you want to get things done. So this it has really affected our business. So what we need to do is just to get ourselves together, and write, understand, officially to the government to come into our heads, understand, at least to put us in the box of those people that because our income for the country is very, very high. What will bring, what the value we are adding to the economy, to the GDP of the federal government of Nigeria is very, very high, because hardly could you see any household that is not using a phone or a laptop or any electronic gadget that are gotten from computer village. So due to this, you can imagine when you are having a population of a country about you know 200 million, and over 150 million are using electronic gadgets. So you can imagine, and over 80% of them are taken from computer village. So you can see the volume of the trade that will involve in. So we need government to come in, understand, at least find a way of assisting the business. That's why we've been hearing a lot of soft loan here and there, but none has been applicable to computer village as a body. And we've applied through the CBN, through the Bank of Industry, through the all these loans that they are clamoring around, but government has not come in directly into computer village to assist us, understand, in terms of giving us loan to run our business. Every one of us are doing their own, running their own race, understand. We are government on our own, we provide security for ourselves, we provide everything on our own. And despite our value and contribution to the GDP of the state and even to the federal government.
Wow, this is really tragic. So, there has been an agitation on the air when someone goes through the social media and says there's an arise in Computerville where it was shut down for a while. Is it true for us to clear the doubt?
Well, really, there was a time we have a political issue, political problem in Computer Village, because before the COVID came up, understand, the introduction of this Iyaloja, by Folashade Tinubu into Computer Village, brought a kind of pandemonium into the market. You know, everyone in the market, because we are not consulted, we were not involved, we never knew. This is an international standard market that we believe it can run itself, and we cannot compare it like those small markets where they do pepper selling and all what have you. This is standard international market of its high stature. So installing Iyaloja on this kind of a market bring down the reputation of the market. So many people will frown at it. So we shut down because of the COVID. We could not go all out, understand, to show our grievance, but we demonstrated by shutting down our business at least for a day, to show the solidarity that we are not happy with what is happening. And not only that, with the introduction of this Yellowjack and Babaloja into Computer Village, it has empowered the hoodlums and the area boys, understand, that have taken over the activities of Computer Village, which scared away all our business customers, understand. People are, we are already trying to manage the image of Computer Village before, but with this introduction of this Yellowjack Babaloja, because they use their thugs and everything, understand, to enforce, to victimize people. So it has affected our business directly, because many people are now afraid of coming to buy things from Computer Village, which is giving rise to online business transactions. And really, politically, we've been trying to solve the problem. We've written to different quarters. We've had a meeting with the Lagos State House of Assembly. We've had a meeting, even with the Yellowjack herself, Mrs. Folashade Tinubu, which she promised that he's going to find a solution to it. But up to today, he has not, done anything tangible that you can see. She's ready to resolve the issue. That is why the Computer Village shut down, to show that every business operators in Computer Village are not in support of the installation of the Yellowjack Babaloja. That's why it's a traditional title, understand. But there is a way we do things, understand, to make it work, because this business involve a lot of different ethnic groups, from north, from south, from east. Everyone, we are together here. We've been managing ourselves for over 25 years. Wow. Here, and there's no problem. We don't have any ethnic clash or this dispute among ourselves, until the introduction of this Yellowjack of a thing, and Babaloja of a thing into our business. Okay. So, and we are not happy about it.
It's been so historic that the Computer Village has been for over 25 years, and it's a mixed market in different ethnic groups, tribes and religion from all parts of the country. Don't you see that the introduction of this Babaloja and Iyaloja is a double taxation, because the associations or the Computer Village itself are paying tax to the government, local governments, and now another body?
Really, exactly. That's exactly what's happening because at their first inception, they circulated some circulars that they want to be collecting 1,000 naira from every business operators and shop owners in Computer Village, which we revolted.
Per
That we
month.
Yes, every month, because they didn't tell us what they wanted to use the money for. They didn't tell us why they wanted to collect the money. And despite every business operators in Computer Village are registered with CAC. Everyone is in the I told you, everyone is independent. We are, most of them are limited liability companies, understand? And some of them, they are representatives of international and multinational, companies, understand? How do you subject them into, the management of Yellowjack and Babaloja? Understand? They don't understand what
Yes.
all this means. So you have a lot of banks here. More than 15 banks are, within and around us here, and we have international business that we are doing here. So it's not just a petty trading that we are doing here. We are doing business running to billions,
Wow.
of dollars,
And which you pay tax.
which will pay tax. Every business pay tax. The minimum tax we are paying here, we pay tax to Lagos state government, we pay tax to the federal government. Excuse me. So, I don't know. We pay to the local government, we pay our lockup shops, we pay everything, and we've not defaulted in our payment.
Do government provide any sanitizers support for the association?
No, we did everything by ourselves. That's why the government is not looking on our side. Despite this area is a high risk area, we provided the sanitizer for ourselves. We provided the hand washing, everything. We
Face mask,
provided face masks. Everything was provided.
temperature
We
taker.
were not even considering all their palliative and whatever they have. We didn't even receive a single thing. Understand? Despite they are saying there's going to be a relief for the market operators, up to the time I speak with you, nothing has been coming from the government.
All right, sir. Nigeria is celebrating its 60th anniversary. Is there need for all Nigerians to celebrate?
Well, it's a mixed reaction. Understand? Number one, we just need to celebrate our lives because living in Nigeria is like, I don't know how hell looks like, but the way it was described, it's like living in a hell. Understand? And for you to have survived 60 years, understand, in this kind of environment, you are a great man and you are a great woman and you can live anywhere in the whole world. On part of the government has not done anything that can be celebrated, but every individual can celebrate for their successes, in their businesses and on their daily endeavors. But as a country, understand, there's nothing I can point to that, can give us happiness that worth of celebrating, understand? But nevertheless, we need to celebrate ourselves that we are able to survive, understand, up to
So,
this
in
moment.
terms of the personal security in the pandemic now that we are coming out, business are struggling, individuals are struggling with lack of employment. And now we're hearing that government has increased the fuel hike and the electric tariff. Sir, is it the right time for the government to take such action?
Really, as I said earlier, that Nigeria is living in the in a country in a hell, understand? Despite all the pandemic that we know we are not doing our business to the full capacity, there's no any assistance from government to help us in our business. Now you are now bringing, because Computer Village is electronic based, we use a lot, we consume a lot of energy as regard the electricity. And if we know, I told you the population, that the influx of people that bring in cars here will carry our goods, understand? So we consume a lot of fuel, understand, every day. So it's not the best time that government should now increase the fuel, understand, or now increase the tariff for electricity. These are the things that directly affecting us, particularly in the electronics and computer business. It has dealt with us seriously, and we are just appealing to the government to reverse the decision, because if you want us to survive and you want Nigeria to survive, it's not the best of time that such thing could be done.
All right, in one word, do you have any message for Nigerians out there and also your colleagues
Well,
in the village?
Well, I just have to give kudos to every one of us, particularly in Computer Village, to have survived up to this time. Despite all odds, I just want to encourage them to do more and do things properly, legally, and lawfully. And I hope which will appeal to all Nigerians, to be patient. I think one day, Nigeria will be there and will be great again. Thank you very much.